I'm going to record, and I will upload this to our team page tonight or in the morning. But I wanted to start off just a little bit different. And I don't really know why, but as I was getting ready for this call, which, by the way, I had to take a really quick shower. That's why my hair's in a hat. And I'm thanking God for Joyum tonight. But I wanted to read you guys something. This is actually one of my favorite verses. And I don't know who's supposed to hear this, but I just felt like you're supposed to hear it. And I want to encourage you, if this verse just really sticks out to you tonight, or you think, man, maybe she read that for me. If you want to talk about this, seriously is one of my favorite verses, and it coordinates really well with a story in the Bible of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in Daniel chapter 3. But this is in Isaiah 43:2. It says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. I love that verse. It is a blatant promise of God telling us that no matter what we go through, he is right with us. The Bible never promises us as Christians that we're not going to have problems, but how many of y'all can say praise Jesus that he promises us he will be with us in those problems? I'm so very, very grateful for that. You guys, we have a packed call tonight. I want to ask my friend Vicki Westbrook, would you mind unmuting and just opening us up in a quick word of prayer? And we are going to jump right in. I'm excited about tonight's call.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, please be with all of us this evening. Let us hear your blessings. Let us hear that you're with us no matter what we're walking through. Please watch over us. Each of us has different problems and hardships and things we go through every day, but just knowing that you're there with us is just a great comfort to us. Please bless our businesses. We are given this. It's a gift to us, and we so appreciate it. And just let us do what we can to bring your glory to everyone we meet. And just be with us tonight on this call, Lord, as we just hopefully further your kingdom and just make our businesses grow. And we love you and we praise you in your heavenly name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Vicki.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. So, I want to jump right in here. Of course, this call is all about what happened, what went on in Maui, and I want to get you guys so excited for a couple different reasons. There are so many awesome things happening in our company right now, in our business right now. By company, I mean Plexus specifically. Business, I mean network marketing. I mean, you guys, it excites me. I get chills when the verse I read was Isaiah 43:2. And then the Bible story was Daniel 3. But anyway, there are so many incredibly exciting things happening right now. And so that's the first reason we wanted to talk to you guys about Maui. But the second one is I am praying, believing stronger than ever before that so many of y'all are going to be there with us next year. And here's the thing. Some of y'all are probably sitting there being like, yeah, right, she said that last year and I wasn't there this year, so what is? But here's what I know to be true. With some of the new stuff that is coming, we have a clear-cut path on how to make this happen. We've got tools at our disposal that are going to help us with this, and I'm so stinking excited. So while we were sitting in our sessions in Maui, we do have sessions in Maui. It's not the easiest thing to come out of the pool or leave the beach, go get showered and get to a session because you kind of just want to stay outside all day. But they are exciting and they're fun, and Plexus does such a great job, as they always do. And so many of y'all are about to experience this awesomeness at Leaders Retreat. I'm so excited for y'all. And not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous, not necessarily because it's a cruise, but because I love hanging out with you guys. I really, really do. I told Jonathan, I said they could make me pitch a tent out in the woods somewhere. If my team was going to be there, I'd go. But I don't know about a tent, y'all. I might need a camper, but I would be there. I would be there one way or another. But so as we were sitting there, and one of our first session, they had Brooke Hemingway talk to us. And if you don't know, Brooke is a diamond ambassador. I believe she's diamond, and then on her second leg, she's sapphire. So she's going to probably be our third double diamond in our business, in our company, behind Celeste Gwynn and Jen Hawkins. And Brooke right now, with all the contests, with the convention contest, the Maui contest, she's the top credit earner, which means she blows the lid off all of those contests. And it's because she has built a remarkable team, and how she trains her team, and some things she does with her team. So as we were sitting there, my wonderful friend, Amy Triplett, was sitting to my left, and she leaned over to me and she said, I love all of this. And so when I was gearing up for this call, I really wanted Amy to talk to you guys about some of Brooke's stuff. And as we're going through this, I want you to remember that this is coming from someone who's literally the top ambassador in our company right now. Keep that in your mind. And I also want you to keep in mind that if her team and if other people's teams can be in momentum right now, we can too. There's nothing stopping us except maybe ourselves, okay? So this was Amy's third trip to Hawaii. We had an absolute blast. I think we hung out a little bit more this year than sometimes, and maybe we kind of normally do, but it's so much fun. Amy and I were roommates in college, and now we get to go on vacation together every year. I mean, seriously, who gets to do this? To Hawaii, of all places. I don't know who gets to do this. I don't know whose life this is, but I am so very grateful. So Amy, I want you to just take your time, take 10, 15 minutes here, and which probably means Amy will take 20 or 25. So that's why I tell her 10 or 15. But and talk to us about some of your biggest takeaways that that Brooke Hemingway talked to us about.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Am I sideways, by the way? I have my phone tilted. Am I good? Okay.
No, you're not sideways.
Awesome. Okay. So I was kicked out of my office, you guys, because my kids and my husband are watching the Yankees game on a school night. But anyway, so that's why I'm here in my bed. It's the beauty of what we do, right? But Amber's right. Like, for me, I obviously love the vacation, the Hawaii, the friends. I mean, I love fun. I'm a, blue personality. But you guys, this was the missing piece for me. Like, I don't even know if anyone else was excited as I was in this room. And so I'm going to kind of tell you why real quick. And then I want to tell you, like, specifically how I know that this is the thing that's going to change my business, but it's going to change your business if you apply it, okay? One thing I'm really excited about corporate, and I remember them saying this last year, and they really stepped it up. I mean, like, they have held to what they've said. They said, we know we're the best products. We know, like, our products are unmatched. It's the best of the best. And we know that our, our compensation plan is the best of the best. And I mean, you can't deny that. That is true. But I remember Charles saying last year in Maui, we want our training, our duplicatable training to be the best of the best. And you guys, if you have, and there are things that you probably don't even know, take a peek in your virtual office and you look at those rank up roadmaps and the tools that are available to you. And not only that, the ambassador page, like the community, what the coaches do and the trainings, you guys, like, I was not even plugging into those things, and they are right there at our fingertips. So I'm telling you, they mean it when they say this. So let me just say, okay, so maybe, I'm not going to lie to you. That's one of my strengths, I feel like, is being super vulnerable. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. I hit emeralds pretty quickly. I was all in, like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I mean, I was desperate and I was going to do this and I was loving it. And I hit emeralds super quick. And not only that, I flew through emerald, and I was less than 100 points away from sapphire, 2902, for those of you who know what that means. I don't know if we're going to go over that later. But you know what? What happened was my business stalled for a little bit. And then what happens when they do that, your mindset gets off. Maybe it doesn't for you, but for me, it did. I started panicking. I started thinking, what am I doing wrong? I never stopped working, but I started coming from a place of fear and a place of, and Amber knows this probably a little too much. I struggle sometimes, many times, with my mindset. It's an issue. And I'll like panic and I'll worry about things. And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not capable. And she'll like, calm it down. Yes, you are. You know, so it's so good to have a friend to be there like Amber. But here's the thing. So what I did about a year ago, when I was worried about my business, and I plugged into Bob Heilig, who is one of our keynote speakers in Maui. Anybody know Bob? Anyone? I'm a little Bob-obsessed, so they call it. Okay. I love Bob. I'm a legacy leader member. And so the thing that happened to me, though, and this is good for some of you to hear, is to know it happens no matter what level you're at. I went into Bob's training thinking, I'm doing everything right. I work my business the same way I've always worked my business. I'm working it. Why am I not duplicating? Why am I not growing? Why am I going backwards in points? I just didn't understand it. And I went into his training kind of, I don't know, just not having gratitude. That's the best way I could put it. Not being grateful for where I've come and understanding the process and understanding that this business is ebbs and flows, just like any business, right? So when I took Bob's training, I realized soon after, oh, I've actually got a whole lot of learning to do. There's actually a lot of things that I've got to grow. And I went from feeling like I'm doing everything right, why isn't this happening, to, oh my goodness, am I even capable of this? I don't do that. No, I don't do that. Do I know how to? And so it's been a process for me, you guys, but a really good process. Like it's helped me grow mentally so much. So the reason I'm telling you all of this is because one of the things that Bob has really helped me with, like really, really helped me with, is getting a system in place on how to onboard your people. And what that means, I didn't even know what onboarding meant, unfortunately. So what that means is, what do you do when you get a brand new ambassador? How do you duplicate? How do you sign an ambassador? So Bob says there are 5 key areas that you need a process in place for. And so onboarding is one of them, prospecting, recognition, leadership training, and there's another one that I can't remember right now, but that I'll get it for you if you want to know. But so anyway, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I have poured everything into trying to do my onboarding system for probably since January. Now, I'm going to tell you, I made some mistakes. I put it out there, but I was like, here, team, here's 75 new things we're going to be doing. Why is nobody doing it? And then I'd be like, I'm doing it. Why isn't this working? I have the system. People, Bob approved my system. Why is it not working? And so, but it was too much for people, right? It was just, no one else was used to it yet. So whatever. But then we started doing the system. But the last part of the system, this is why this was so important to me when Brooke shared, because I do follow a lot of what Brooke and Emily do, because I'd like to follow, you see somebody succeeding, that's who I follow on Facebook. I sneak on almost all of their team trainings that they do. Like, they'll put them on YouTube. I'm watching them. Like, if you look in the ambassador community page, and when they have had Emily and Brooke share several times, I've watched them. Like, I want to know what they're doing, because it works. And so I've also, needed to simplify a lot of what I was doing as well. And that's what this process did. But here's where I got stuck, and why we would do everything right until the last step of my process. And this is where my process stopped. It said, add them to a group chat or a group, basically get them in touch with your upline. So when I'm training a brand new person, I teach them how to share a tool. I teach them how to share, their story. And then I say, bring them to me. Bring them to me, whether it's a Zoom or a Facebook chat, bring them to me, or a phone call. But what happened was, even as a leader, you guys, I didn't know what to do with these people. I shared my story, and I hoped that they would do it, but I wasn't closing for my people. I wasn't asking those closing questions. I didn't know what to do. And so I have been searching. Like, I've watched the videos. I even asked Bob, and it was great, but it was kind of general. And I'm like, no, I actually need you to tell me exactly what to do. Like, I used to be this killer recruiter, and for some reason, again, mindset, I don't know, I lost my touch. So in this meeting, we're sitting next to Amber. Brooke shared this page called Road to Recruiting. Actually, she shared 2 of them. And I believe if you look in the Slim Sisters page, and if you're on my team, the A-Team Legacy page, these documents are already uploaded for you, okay? So when we're done, or tomorrow, whatever, I want you to go look at these things. Like, it's so I mean, it's like she might as well have just handed us all $1 million. I'm serious. Like, if you guys can just follow the process, you don't have to do this on your own. And so what she said is there's a, Brooke has a process, and in my onboarding process, it's how to get people to share, even if they're wholesale, even if they're just, you know, but she has a process, and I forget what it's called, but that other sheet, it's not the road to recruiting, it's something about silvers maybe. But there's like 3 buckets. Like if they're just a wholesale, not just, but if they're a wholesale, you know, here's what you do. If they're a, you know, they're dipping their toes in, here's what you do. If they're all in, here's what you do. And it's laid out for you. I mean, literally, if you can read, you can do this. But for me, like you guys, this past week, like probably since we came home from Maui, my team has added more ambassadors than we had, like during this week, than we have at all, like since convention, like at any other weeks. And it's because I know what to do now. I'm following the steps. And oh yeah, developing silver is perfect. Okay. And so here it is, like the prospecting one, whether you are somebody that you're just speaking to your prospect, okay, you're talking to your friend, I mean, follow the steps. There's the little flow chart. I'm telling you right now, don't ignore that. That is gold. That is what I've been searching for. And that's why I'm not even joking, you guys. I went into Maui. I told my husband, this is horrible. I'm sorry. Some of you are going to want to hit me after this. I said, you know, I've never lost rank with Emerald, but I came really close this past month. And I knew based on how many we added, and I said, you know, this might be my last trip to Hawaii for a while. That's what I went in saying. I left saying and knowing, not just believing, knowing I will return next year as a diamond, and I will bring people who will link arms with me on my team and do this process with me. Julie and I just saw Julie hop on. We just got off the phone call doing our process with somebody. And she's going to join tomorrow. It works, you guys. Follow the process that Brooke. So last but not least, this is something. It's like, oh, it was such an aha moment for me, and maybe for some of you, especially if you are go-getters like me. So something else that Brooke said. Remember what Amber said? She's the top like credit earner. I started thinking, how many jewels does Brooke have on her team? I know she has Emily. I'm sure she has another 1 or 2. I don't know. But here's what she said that was like mind-blowing for me. You do not have to find a rock star on your team. We're all looking for that rock star, right? And yes, she has Emily Gibson. Emily's a rock star. Brooke was already like almost diamond when Emily joined, right? So Brooke says it's not that you have to find that one rock star. You have to get your people to silver. And I think Celeste made a video about that recently too. That is the key. Get your people to silver. It is our responsibility when somebody joins our team to train them and to show them and make it easy for them. And I'm telling you, I think somewhere along the line, maybe as a, you know, at least with my team, or I don't know with the company, but we've lost that a little bit. Get them to silver. Get them to silver. And that is what Brooke does. That's what her 2 sheets do. And that's why she is where she is. And not only that, she gets her people to silver, but then she teaches them how to get their people to silver. And it's such an easy, simple process. It doesn't even feel like work or selling, that it just duplicates because it's so simple. So that is my gist. There was so much more, but that is the part for me that was like, oh my goodness, get people to silver, and here's exactly how. Because I've said it before in years past. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to convention as, you know, a diamond next year. No more blue, no more green ones. Isn't that horrible? It doesn't sound ungrateful. I started to be grateful for where God brought me to. But I thought to myself, I've always kept saying, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But now I literally know how. Before I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. Or so-and-so is coming with me next year. I don't know how, but they're going to do it. Now I know how, and that's the difference. That's why I know those of you who follow her processes, you're going to be there too. All right, so that's all I got, Amber. How did I do good in time? I don't know.
Great. You actually talked a little shorter than I planned. So but I want you to tell everyone who's new to our team, because we have some newbies on here, a super brief. You said at the very beginning that you were desperate. Tell them very, very, very briefly why you were desperate. I want people to hear your story and be encouraged by that.
Sure, yeah. And you know what? That being desperate, I feel like is what brought me to success. Because I used to think, why can I do this? And why isn't everyone else doing it? And it is. It's because I had to. So Amber, like she said, we were college roommates. And when Amber started sharing about Plexus, you guys, I was one of those people. I was genuinely so happy for her. But she was also so funny the way that she posted. And I just loved cheering her on. So even if your friends don't join you right away, I mean, just be you, be real, and they will cheer you on, because I totally was. Mm-hmm. And I remember, because I was like liking all her stuff, she reached out to me and said, you know, hey, do you want to try these products? And I was like, no, you know, even if I wanted to, I don't have the money. I'm just going to diet and exercise. Yeah, right. I gained like a bunch of weight during those holidays, and I kept watching her and other people that she was sharing. And I was like, man, I wish I could try these products. But you guys, I did not have the money. So our family made a total of $18,000 a year, the year 2013. I had stepped down from teaching, and then my husband had lost his job. And here I am with an education degree. He has his master's, and he ended up working at Walgreens. And I was proud of him, actually, because that took a lot in his pride. But, eventually he got a better job, but still wasn't very much. And so I'm telling you, like, I got to a point where I was angry. Like, why do I have to choose between putting my babies in daycare or, like, being home with them or giving them a life I feel like they deserve? Like, I hated it. I wanted to raise them, but I didn't want to live like dirt, like I felt like we were. And it made me upset. So I was just like, there has to be a way. And I did not, I'll be honest, I too did not think network marketing was a thing. Like, I thought, that maybe it's a fun hobby. I didn't know there was a scam, but I just didn't think you could make actual money. But one day Amber shared on Facebook, and she said, I got my Plexus paycheck, and I made enough to cover my mortgage and my car payment and my products. That post, you guys, completely changed my life, because there was something about it. I don't know if it was just the right timing or what, or the Lord, or I called her and I was like, what did you make? Like, such good friends, right? So I was like, I need to see your paycheck. I need to know what you made. And she told me. I was blown away. And I remember thinking, that's ridiculous. Like, of course I'll never make that. Can I say how much, Amber? It was like $1,100. You didn't even wait for you to say yes, but it was $1,163.
You asked me how much I made my first month.
Oh, your first month.
It was $1,164, not 63. 64.
Okay, yes. $4. To me, you guys, that sounded like $1 million. Like, I just thought to myself, that's stupid. Obviously, I'm not going to make that much money. There's no way. But what it did for me, though, is I thought, okay, if she can make that much, that means it's not a scam. So if she can make that much, then I can make probably 200. Like, I can at least make something. And so here's what happened. Because I was so desperate, you guys, I made every possible mistake, but I shared very vulnerably and very genuinely and, like, consistently. And the consistent is not my strength typically, but when you have babies that you need to feed and need to get them out of a 600 square foot hideously ugly mobile home that has holes in the floor, then you're going to do what you have to do. People are like, I'll do anything for my kids. Well, you won't post on Facebook. Why? And plus, not only that, the more I poured into things like this, like the things that we're doing right now, it would build my belief so much. So it went from thinking, I have to do this because I've got to get my baby out of this situation, to when I stopped getting migraines, it's like, oh my goodness, everybody has to try this stuff. Then it just became my responsibility to share too. So it's totally changed our lives. Eventually, we made enough to put our kids in a really good Christian school, which was always a dream of mine. And then my husband was able to quit a job he hated. It wasn't Walgreens. He had a different one after that. And then now I have an office that I'm kicked out of. Like, sometimes I'm like, who am I? Right? Anyway, it's been life-changing. And if I could do it, anybody can do it, you guys. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the influence. Every excuse. I didn't have the time. I was homeschooling 3 babies.
Well, let me add real quick, Amy. First of all, let me tell you this. There's a massive storm outside my house right now. So if everything goes black, just know our electricity went out is what happened. But Amy was one of those that when I first started this, she was on what I would consider my dream team list. And I know we all have those. We all have those people in our lives that we're going, man, if they would just sign up with me, we could link arms. She would kill this, or he would be awesome at this. Just be so, so, so good. But I didn't know anything that Amy just told you. I had no idea that that was what was going on in her life right then. And I think you told me you had to choose between like joining Plexus or getting a haircut or something like that. She chose Plexus. By the way, you look really pretty tonight, speaking of a haircut. But you look really lovely. I was thinking about that. But I tell you guys that to say this. I had been very I was posting a lot about Plexus, but I was posting a lot about the products. I wasn't willing to cross that line that we put in our minds to start posting about the business or about the money, because there's sometimes that you start cringing a little bit and cracking your knuckles going, I don't know if I can talk to my friends about money. I don't know if I want to cross that line that we've created for ourselves. We put it in our head. And I got to tell you, every time I hear her tell that story, I say a little thank you prayer to Jesus that I did post that status so that she saw that. Because we all want what's best for our friends, right? And I had no idea what Amy was struggling with and what her family of 5 was struggling with financially. I went ahead and posted it anyways, and I'm so grateful that I did. Obviously I'm grateful because she helped my team explode, but I'm so grateful because I see her and Joey and their kids doing so, so, so well and getting a new Lexus and going to Hawaii and a new house and all this stuff. And we want that for our friends. So for some, I want to encourage you with her story to step outside of that scary line that we create for ourselves. Step over that line and start posting a little bit more about the business and start personally sharing it. That wasn't something I was doing way back then. I didn't know what to do way back then. I had a clue what to do. Jana and I started at about the same time, and we didn't know what we were doing. But I wish, I'm thinking about how back then I wasn't really personally messaging people. It was all posting. Things have changed now. Everybody is into something. Everybody likes their oils or their jewelry company or their leggings, for crying out loud. I feel like I always have to squeeze that one in, or whatever the case may be. Everybody's got something. And so if you're seeing everybody else's post about Plexus, about oils, about this, that, and the other, they're seeing those from their friends too. So it's time you send that personal message. Keep it as personal as possible and talk to them one-on-one about how this business is working for you and how these products are working for you. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. If you have that dream team list, and maybe right now it feels like it's just always going to be a list. They're never actually going to be someone that you see in your back office working on your team. I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, maybe even get a tad more aggressive, start sending those personal messages, and work. Amy said she was desperate. She really, really needed this. Work that way. Work with your why straight in front of you. If you have to literally hang it on a wall right in front of you in your office, then do that. If you have to have it on the screensaver on your phone, then do that. Whatever you have to do to keep that reason and to keep that why right in front of you, do it, because it will radically change how you're looking at your business when you start realizing I'm doing this to help others in my family, others at my church, missionaries that we support, but I'm also doing it to help my friends that I went to elementary school and junior high and high school and I used to work with in college. And I want to help them too. You may not always know what their struggles are. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Something else that we talked about a little bit in Hawaii that I really, really want our team. I know several do this, but I want us to really start doing this as much as possible. When you are signing up someone new as an ambassador or a customer, help them do that as much as you possibly can. If that means sitting right down there next to them, if they're in your area, then please do that. If they're not in your area, get them on the phone. Walk them through those steps of how to sign up so that they don't get to anything, have questions, get confused and go, oh, forget it, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow rolls around, they can't do it, whatever the case may be. Set up an appointment with them. Just tell them, hey, I want to set up a time to get you on the phone. I want to walk you through these steps to make it as easy as possible for you. You're helping them so that you are making it as headache-free as possible, but you're also helping yourself to ensure that they sign up ordering the products that they need, ordering the products that you think are going to work best for them. They set up that subscription. They've got all of that worked out so that when you go into your back office and you see them signed up, you know, hey, I know that they did all the steps the exact right way. Something else that Amy kind of mentioned, she talked about helping people go silver. I want to show you guys real quick what she's talking about in case anyone was at all wondering kind of where these items are at. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. This is our Slim Sisters page. Can you guys see that okay? So you guys are familiar with this page. Hopefully everyone's on this page. If for some reason you're not, just ask your upline to add you. So in the Files tab, so go back here on this side of the page, you've got all these little deals over here. Click on Files. Right here, you've got Road to Recruiting handout, Developing Silver. So Road to Recruiting looks like this. It is awesome. You can literally sit down as you have someone on the phone and start asking them these questions, and then based on how they answer yes or no, you have the exact right thing to say next. The other one is the Developing Silver. It looks like this. You're going to want to print these out, have them in your hand so that you can see them a little bit better. But these files are so well done, so thought through, and like Amy was saying, a perfect roadmap to help us get into the next steps of our business. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. While she was talking, I thought about that. Some of you are new to our page, and I wanted to make sure you knew where to go see that Files tab. But let's get back to the basics. This was something that really stuck out to me when we were there in those sessions. It's really, really easy to get into what we call management mode. It's super easy to do that as a Diamond Ambassador, I promise you, because you've got all these legs and people are needing things and you're wanting to help them as much as possible. And quite honestly, it's a whole lot easier, even as a Diamond Ambassador, for me to pick up the phone and talk to Jeannie about an issue that she's got going on in her team, or what product should these people be on, or what do I do? It's a lot easier for me to talk to Jeannie because Jeannie's already in this with me, right? We've already linked arms. She's already on my team. It's a lot easier to do that than for me to sit down and just start what we call cold messaging people. I don't mean sending messages that sound cold. I mean sending messages just out of the blue. Say, Randa and I haven't talked since elementary school, and I'm going to send Randa a message all of a sudden about Plexus, and I'm going to connect with her, and I'm going to start working on that relationship. It's a whole lot easier to continue those friendships and linking arms with those people that you've been linking arms with than it is to do that. So let's scale things back a little bit. I think it's easy to get into management mode at any stage of this business. It was easy for me to fall into management mode as a silver gold ambassador, silver or gold, because I'm looking at some of my people that were rock stars and still are, going, man, if she could just take off running with this, it would really help my team. When what I should have been doing was going, hey, I need to sign up someone else that's like her. I need to sign up someone else that's going to help my team. I need to be doing what I'm doing, and I want to encourage her to do what she's doing at the same time. But I want to encourage you guys with that Developing Silver page, be doing that for yourselves too. As much as you possibly can, be trying to go silver every single month. Okay, a couple of the new things that were announced in Hawaii that we've briefly touched on in our, y'all, there was so much more we can't possibly, I'm going to talk about two things that Bob talked about, and oh my gosh, I could talk about it for forever, but I uploaded his talk in Hawaii to our team page. So go to our team page, search his name. Is it Heilig? That's his last name, right? Bob Heilig. Just search his name in the search bar on our team page and watch that video. If you have to watch a little bit here and a little bit there, that's okay. It was so, so, so good and so applicable. I thought it was kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine who had talked to Tarl and Alec before they had Bob scheduled to be in Hawaii, and they said that they were nervous that he was going to be too harsh. And I was like, oh man, he wasn't harsh enough. Like I could have just kept on listening. So, and he was very, I appreciated the fact that he was very God-centered with what he was talking to us about. But going back, a couple of things that corporate's doing that I am so excited about. It was funny. Amy was to my left, Jonathan was to my right, and corporate started talking about this. I lean over to Amy and say, this is a game changer. At the same time, my husband's leaning over to me going, this is going to change everything. Can we all just give a big virtual high five for auto subscriptions? Hello. I don't see anyone giving me a high five. There we go. Okay. We look like we all just smacked each other. But auto subscriptions, you guys, those subscriptions are turned on when people sign up. Hallelujah. I am beyond excited for that. Here's what this means. Obviously, we don't want to sign someone up. We get their welcome pack bonus, and then we never get points from them. We don't want that to happen. If their subscription is set up, we're going to get points, and we're going to talk about those points here in just a minute. But we're going to get points from those people the very next month. That is huge, you guys. But the other reason, and honestly, if we're really looking at this business the way we should be, that we are in the business of helping people, the bigger reason is that that friend of yours is going to get their products another month. They're going to have 60 days of trying these products. For most people, 30 days is, they're going to see some changes in that first month, but it's not long enough for them to go, wow, these products are really helping me. Okay. So they're going to continue to get those products the next month. They're going to talk to you about, hey, every time I take an X Factor, this happens. How many probios should I take? You're going to be in that communication with them. Never, ever, ever stop that communication. Sorry, I just read a comment on there. But never stop that communication. When they get their products, you know, when they order, check in with them a couple days later. Hey, have you gotten your products yet? Keep checking in with them. I have a gal right now that signed up when we were doing the back to school fuel with Dr. Ortiz. And I keep having to remind her right now. She's been on these products for I don't know how long, but I keep having to remind her, hey, don't forget your ProBio tonight. Don't forget your BioCleanse. Like she's just a little bit forgetful. I keep having to remind her over and over, but that's okay because the products are working for her. She's liking them. You don't necessarily have to do that with every person. She's a close friend of mine, but meaning every single day do that. But you've got to stay in communication with your people. If they start having an issue with one of the products, you need to know about it so you can help them tweak that. But auto subscriptions, I'm so stinking excited about that. And when I tell you guys this is a game changer, I'm letting you know, hold on, because this is a game changer. All right, I am so excited about this. The other thing that, I mean, you should have heard the room. We were hooping and hollering. Everybody was excited. We get points now for the $200 welcome pack. All right. We get points for that, you guys. We get the business building bonus. We still get paid when they order that welcome pack, but we also get points for it. So excited. So here's what I want to encourage you guys to do. When you're talking with someone about Plexus, I want you to immediately ask them, who is someone else in your household that could benefit from these products? And if they say, oh, no one, that's when you're going to say, okay, no one in your household could benefit from our probiotic, our BioCleanse, and then start telling them what these products can do. You know, our Slim can help with migraines. Our ProBio and BioCleanse are all about gut health and oxygenating the body, okay? You don't have to know the Julie McNeely version of these products, right? I see you, girl. You just have to know a snippet about them. You know, ask them, is there anyone else in your household that has headaches? Is there anyone that needs to sleep better? Is there anyone that wants to lose weight? Is there any, just keep asking. And if they say yes, then get them to buy that $1.99 welcome pack. Okay, it is a benefit for them. The welcome pack is the cheapest way they will ever get our products. It is a benefit for you. You get the business building bonus and you get points now. Okay, are y'all excited about those changes? I mean, for real, these, if you haven't caught my excitement yet, I promise you none of this is fake. Jonathan and I went back to the room going, hallelujah, for the points on the welcome packs and the auto subscriptions. I am over the moon about the auto subscriptions. So I want to just mention a couple things that stuck out to me as Bob was talking. The first one is, when you are fulfilled by what you do, you will do it even when you don't like it. There are going to be days in this business when, you know, maybe it's a rainy day outside and you'd rather lay on the couch and watch Netflix, or you're just worn out. I mean, maybe you're just exhausted, or you've got, you know, 7 different things pulling you in different directions. The kids need you here. The husband needs you here. The job needs you here. You're going to be worn out. But let me read that to you again. When you are fulfilled by what you do. I want to remind you of something I said earlier. We're in the business of helping people. I pray that that fulfills you guys. If you are ever in this business going, oh, I just need to make more money, it's all I need to do, you need to check yourself, okay? Because something has unclicked up here. We are not in the business of making money. We are in the business of helping other people. A very positive benefit to that is that we make a lot of money doing it. Okay, but never, ever, ever forget that. I hope and I pray that helping others is fulfilling us. The other thing that he said, and I was like, ooh, that's good, Bob. I swear there were people in there saying amen and hallelujah when he was talking. You don't, I really want y'all to write this down or type it in your phone, whatever. Here it is. You don't drag people across the finish line. You run with them. If there's ever a point in this business when you feel yourself begging someone on your team, begging even a new person, begging someone to sign up with you, something's wrong. Okay, that's when you need to take a step back and go, okay, hold on, what am I doing? I know that they would be really, really great at this, but am I going to be begging them the entire time? Am I going to be begging them to do their IPAs tomorrow? Am I going to be begging them to get on a team call? Okay, let me read it one more time. You don't drag people across the finish line. You run with them. So the flip side of that, when you have someone like an Amy Triplett, who's ready to run, you try to keep up as best you can and run with them. Don't let them fall through the cracks, okay? But if you have, on the other side of that, if you have that person that in your mind you're going, you would be phenomenal at this, just come on and do it. They have to see that for themselves. And you can also apply that in an area that I thought was, as he was talking through this, I thought about, I have people talk to me on a regular basis with a similar story. It goes something like this. I was talking to Daylene, and she told me she was going to sign up on my team. And Daylene went and joined Stacy. She's not even on my team. And I was working with her, and she told me she joined Stacy because she knows Stacy too, and she was going to be on my team. And I've done it too, you guys, and it is discouraging. It really is. It's outright discouraging. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It's frustrating if you've been working with that person and you've sent them everything they've asked for, maybe even a sample, okay? And then they join with someone else. Here's what I want to encourage you with. They were never meant to be on your team in the first place. I know that maybe doesn't sound like encouragement to some of you, but they just weren't. They weren't who God designed to have on your team. And that is a much easier thing to say than actually apply to our lives. I completely get that. I've had people tell me, well, I joined with my friend over here because she's just getting started and you're already diamond, even though I've been the one talking with them for 3.5 weeks and sending them stuff and doing everything they needed. And I just go, okay, that's cool. Now, if they still joined my team under one of y'all, I don't care. But it does, it hurts a little bit when they join with someone else, but you just have to pick it back up. Keep your blinders on. Get that visual. My grandpa's a farmer. And I don't know if my mom is still on here or not. My grandpa's a farmer. Yeah, she is. And he has done this, I don't even know how many times. Maybe, Mom, if you know how many times. But he trains teams of horses. He gets 2 horses to pull a wagon. It's the funnest thing. You go to Grandma and Grandpa's to take a wagon ride. But those horses don't just come to my grandpa ready to be, it's not saddled, but whatever you do to get them on a wagon. I don't know. My mom probably knows it. She's probably laughing at me right now. But he has to get them ready. And when those 2 horses, sometimes it's been 4 horses, when they are up there, every one of them has blinders on. They can't see what the horse next to them is doing. They're staying straight ahead. They're staying their course. And I want you guys to really get that visual. If you have to, I know this sounds so stupid, but I've told people to do this, and I promise it helps a little bit. Go online, find a picture of a horse with blinders on, print it out, put it in your work area. And every time something like that happens, someone joins someone else's other team, or so-and-so promoted to whatever the case may be, and you haven't promoted it however long, or this person, I'm just going to say this person made it on the cruise ship and you didn't. And you're discouraged. And I want you to hear what I'm about to say. I get that discouragement. I would be completely crushed. I get it, okay? But here's what I want you to focus on with that. Going on a cruise is incredible. I made Ann Scahill mad. She's leaving the room. I'm just kidding. I love her. Going on a cruise is awesome. A free cruise is even better. But keeping your blinders on, working in this business and promoting and get to that ruby, senior ruby, emerald status, that is where life change happens. Okay? More than likely, a cruise is not going to change your life. Amy Triplett could have won a cruise. She would have gone on that cruise. She and Joy would have come home to their same house, their same everything. Their circumstances would have stayed the same. But her real life change happened when she started building a team, going ruby and senior ruby and emerald, okay? So I just want to encourage you guys with that. And I hope I didn't upset anybody. I know that right now that's a little bit of a touchy subject. If you want to talk to me one-on-one about that, I've talked with some of you about it, I'd be happy to do that. Y'all, we've got 11 minutes to go over the compensation plan. The question is, can we do it? I think we can. I really think we can. I posted this on Slim Sisters. Here's why I wanted to do this tonight. I was talking with someone just a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about not being scared to share the business. And this person's been with our company and on our team for a while. And she said, I'm not even sure how to share the comp plan. She said, I'm scared to share the comp plan. And I realized we haven't done the comp plan in a call in a while. And I haven't done the comp plan on a call in a while, so if I'm a bit rusty, bear with me. Some of you may have to tag team it and step in here. But I posted this on Slim Sisters, the comp plan chart. If you didn't have time to print it out, it's okay, and I apologize for posting it on there so late in the day. It has been a busy few days. If you've been following me on Facebook, you know why, and we're really excited. But now if you don't, all y'all need to go to my Facebook page and find out why. So we're going to go over our compensation plan. I used to be able to say we get paid 11 different ways. That has indeed changed. We get paid 12 different ways, ladies and gentlemen, because we now get paid on those $200 or $199 welcome packs. We get points on those. So that's a whole nother way we get points. So I'm considering that 12 ways. Are y'all going to consider that 12 ways? All right, I am. So we're going to look at this chart. If you want to pull it up, it should be one of the very first posts in the Slim Sisters page. If you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. Just kind of follow along as best you can. First way we get paid, I want you to picture two buckets. I want you to picture the customer bucket over here, the ambassador bucket over here, because we get paid on both. You get paid on your customers, you get paid on your ambassadors. Now, some of y'all are scratching your heads going, well, of course we do. Guys, that is not typical in network marketing, okay? I promise you that. A lot of companies, you get paid straight commission on how much your personal volume is, or your PV. And in a lot of companies, you get paid just on building a team. We get paid on both. Okay, so here we are in our customer bucket. If you're following along on the chart, it's in the box that has the little number 1 on it. I apologize, this box, this chart, you almost need a magnifying glass. But you can also follow along in the booklet in your welcome pack. So anytime your personal volume, what is personal volume? It is every bit of product that your customers order and that you order, okay? You also get paid on the products that you order. You get them at a wholesale cost, and you also make commission off of them. Okay, Dylan, that's way too cute. I mean, seriously, that's way too cute right there. So from $0 to $99 of personal volume. Remember, we're in that customer bucket. Don't confuse customers with ambassadors, okay? Keep those very separate. You're in that customer bucket. These people are signing up. They're not getting a wholesale cost. They're signing up as a customer, retail or preferred. We're going to talk about that in a minute. For every bit of personal volume from $0 to $99, you make 15% off of that entire amount, okay? Once you go over $100 from $100 to $499, you make 25% off of everything. So if you are sitting at $470, please go in and order something, because your personal volume goes up over $500 and your commission goes up quite a bit too. If you see someone on your team sitting really close to $500, hey, go in and order a bottle of X Factor or whatever the case may be, however much it's going to be. Make sure you're looking at how much it costs in PV and tell them to go in and order that so that their commission goes up over $500. Because once you get to that 25%, it is a pretty substantial difference, okay? If you guys have any questions along the way, just write them down real quick. We'll take questions at the end. So maybe just write down, hey, I don't understand box number 1 or whatever, and we'll go back over it at the end. Box number 2, actually, let's skip down real quick to box number 3, because we're still in that customer bucket. We're only talking about customers right now. So when you have someone sign up and they're saying, I don't want to be an ambassador, I don't want to pay $35 a year, $34.95. I don't want to work, I don't want anything with that. I just want to try the products, period. Or if you have someone that is telling you they only want to try one product, they're not even going to be up over $100 in PV, sign them as a customer. But always, who knows what I'm about to say, always sign them as a preferred customer. Here's why. Three ways to order Plexus. Retail customer, it is the most expensive for the customer. The products are the most expensive. You do not make the bonus off of it, and you do not make the bonus off of it that we're about to talk about, okay? It is a win-win situation to sign them as a preferred customer over a retail. Look at box number 3. You may need to put your magnifying glass on it, but for every single product that is ordered by a preferred customer, you make a bonus off of that product. Plus, you make box number 1, okay? Either the 15 or 25% commission. So if you'll just look at it, Plexus Slim, you make $15, body cream, there's a bonus for every single one of our products. I'm not gonna go through every single one of them, but there's a bonus for every one of our products when they order as a preferred customer. So take away from that, if they want to sign as a customer, always sign them as preferred so that you make that bonus and that they get the cheapest price for a customer, okay? Go back up to box number 2. Now we're still in that customer bucket, but we're starting to move over to the ambassador bucket just a little bit, okay? Box number 2, This one is one I get questions about sometimes because it can be a little bit confusing. Basically what this is saying is for all of your level ones, for every single one of your level one. So Amy that spoke to you guys a few minutes ago, she's my level one. All of Amy's commission, she gets paid that 15 or 25% on. She's always at 25%. She's always over 500. I get paid 5% off of Amy's PV because she's my level one. So anybody who's your level one, you are going to get paid 5% off of their preferred customer. Now, let's talk about what being a level one even means real quick. That means they have signed up with you on your team. They're not a customer, they're an ambassador, and they have signed up directly under you, okay? So Amy's my level one. Jana is my upline. Jana doesn't get that 5% off of Amy. Only I get that because she's my level one. Thanks, Amy, for that, by the way. Appreciate it every month. Okay, so now we're going to move all the way over into that ambassador bucket. Okay, so set your customer bucket down. This is real cheesy, I know, but it helps give you that visual of separating customers from ambassadors. We're going to talk about how you get paid on your ambassadors now. So box number 4 talks about our business building bonuses. Every time someone signs up as an ambassador, please have them buy a welcome pack. You guys, it doesn't do them a whole lot of good to just pay 35 bucks, sign up as an ambassador, and they don't get any products. And to be honest with you, it doesn't do you much good either. They've got to get on those products to really start sharing them with other people. They really do. So please make sure they get that welcome pack. Every time, I like to just round up, and for sake of time, we will. Every time someone orders a $200 welcome pack, you get, my dog's barking, my husband's yelling at him, and they sign up directly under you, you get a $50 bonus, okay? So let's break this down here. I'm gonna pick a few of you here. Let's just pretend for a minute that Ann Scahill signs up with me. She's my level one, and she orders a $200 welcome pack. Way to go, Ann Scahill, right? Ann orders a $200 welcome pack. Because she signs up directly with me, I make 50 bucks off of her welcome pack, okay? So let's say the next day, Ann's on fire, and she gets Shaylee to sign up with her. Shaylee's now Ann's level one. She's my level 2. Look at this chart. What am I going to get from Shaylee when she orders her $200 welcome pack? I'm going to get 25 bucks. So Shaylee's on fire. She's excited. And the very next day or later that afternoon, all right, because we're excited, Randa signs up with Shaylee. Randa orders her $200 welcome pack. How much am I getting from Randa now? Anybody want to holler it out or type it in? I mean, it's right there. 15 bucks, okay? Those get paid 4 levels deep. So Ann signs up, then Shaylee signs up, then Randa signs up, then Julie signs up. I'm gonna get paid when Julie orders her $200 welcome pack, 10 bucks. And if someone orders the $100 welcome pack, all those bonuses are right there as well, okay? Every time someone orders a welcome pack, your first, second, third, or fourth level, you are getting paid bonuses on them. Now, I feel like right now is a really good time. Well, no, we'll talk about those points here in just a minute on the $200 welcome packs. The next boxes 5 and 6, talk about the bonuses that you're going to get when you rank advance. When you go silver, how many silver ambassadors do we have? By show of hands, there's several of y'all. Awesome. When you go silver, you get a $100 welcome pack. Or welcome pack. You get a $100 bonus, okay? When you go silver, you get a $100 bonus. I told you guys I was rusty. You go gold, you get a $250 bonus. When you go senior gold, it's $350, rubies $500, senior rubies $750. And then in box number 6, those show you the bonuses for going fast start gold, okay? Fast start gold means that they hit one of those rank advancements in their very first 30 days. You guys, if you are talking to someone who is a rock star and they're excited and they're pumped up and they're eager, tell them about fast start. I don't even want to call it fast start gold anymore. You can go fast start senior gold, ruby, and senior ruby. My dear friend, Brent French, Brent actually just passed away. He went fast start Ruby, you guys. He went Ruby in his first 30 days. So it is doable. It is possible. That's why those bonuses are there. Okay, so you double your regular bonus plus you get your silver bonus. Okay. Now, moving on to, and that is from silver all the way to senior ruby. We're going to talk about other bonuses here in just a minute. Moving on to box number 7. For some, when you first look at this, it looks like the most boring box, and it looks just to be the most plain. There's no dollar signs, and it can be a little bit confusing. This is the most exciting part of this whole comp plan. And this is where the majority of my paycheck comes from and where it's always come from. These are our pay points. Plexus does this thing called profit sharing or point sharing, and it is an incredible way that they've structured our compensation plan. Every time or every month, there's a pay point. There is an amount attached to this pay point. It's always right around $3 a month. So that's the figure we're going to work with, is $3. And that is for every single point. As we go through this, I want you guys to keep reminding yourselves of that. That is for every single point. Lee, I need you to come to my house and hang up some clothes as well, do some laundry for me. But I was doing that earlier. But these get paid 7 levels deep. Okay, so here's what that means. Going back, I know some of you guys are new, so I don't want to take for granted that you know what I'm talking about when I even say levels. Okay, my sister is my upline, so I am her level 1. Above her is Sunday. I'm Sunday's level 2. Above her is Alicia. I'm Alicia's level 3. Okay, I hope that's making sense for some of you newbies. If it's not, then we'll talk about it here in just a few minutes when we get done here. And I'm not going to be much longer, I promise y'all. So I want to show you guys how some of y'all seen me do this. It's not pretty, but it works. How I explain the compensation plan when I am sitting down right next to someone or on a one-on-one or a 2-on-1 Zoom call. This is how I explain the comp plan. Normally, I just have a black Sharpie, but today we've got choices. Y'all, this was $10 at Target. So we're going to use purple because it's my favorite color. All right, so like I told you, we are going to focus on a $3 pay point. Y'all bear with me. I never start this already written out. That's too confusing. I walk through it. So I always, just to give me another level, I always start with my sister. I don't even know if she knows I do that. But I say, okay, we're going to look at Jana's team. I put her name right here. Is this reading forward for you guys? Okay, I figured it would. We're going to focus on a $3 pay point because, like I said, every month it's right around $3. I get asked all the time, how do they figure that? That is all based on how much product we sell. Okay, so let that be an encouragement to you too. If you see someone else that you've been dealing with, going back to what we talked about earlier, you see someone else that you've been talking to and they were supposed to join your team, but they joined someone else's team, at least be excited they joined it all because they did just help the pay point a little bit, okay? It helps us financially actually be all one plexus, okay? So we're gonna look at Jana. I am Jana's level 1, okay? So I'm gonna write that there. I write out to the side, level 1, and if I had a little whiteboard behind me, I could do this a little bit better, but that's okay. I am Jana's level 1. Now here's what I want you to remember as we go through this. Jana has lots of level 1s. So I'm just gonna draw some dashes out here to represent those. I can't possibly draw all of them because she has lots of level 1s, okay? So as you see these dashes that look like nothing, I want you to remember those are pay points. Now look back at our chart. For every level 1, Jana's getting 5 pay points. 5. That's not per person, that's per point. So there we go. 5 pay points. I'm just gonna write it real simple right there. And I just got marker all over me, but that's okay. So my level 1s, we've already talked a lot about Amy tonight. I've got Amy, I've got my dear friend Claire, and I've got my husband. I always put him down as my level 1 as I'm talking through this with people. Because for other people that have been in network marketing before, that sticks out to them. There are a lot of companies, you and your husband are not both allowed to sign up. You have to work it together. And I'll tell you why that's a good thing here in just a minute. Okay? So I'm just going to write 3 of them, but I want you to remember that I have lots of level 1s. I can't possibly write them all, so just let those dashes remind you of those. So my level 1s are Jana's level 2s, yeah. So I'm just going to write that over there under level, and I'm going to remind them, look at your chart again, for her level 2s, she's getting 5 points. Okay? All right. So we'll just stick with Amy's team just because I wrote her right here in the middle. Amy has several level 1s as well. She's got Amber Sheffield. She's got Stacy. And is Amy still on here? Yeah. Who's another one of your level 1? Just holler them out to me.
Jackie.
Jackie, there we go. Your mind will go blank as you do this, and you will have to make up people's names, and that's okay. All right, I've literally written Larry, Mo, and Curly. I've written Lucy and Ethel. I've written Mickey and Donald. So I've written Alec and Tarl. All right, so just be ready. You will have to make up names. So these are Jana's level 3s. And again, if you look back at that chart, she still is getting 5 points all the way down for her level 3s. Now, don't forget, Amy has lots of level 1s. I can't write them all. I know this is repetitive, but that's okay. It's how you learn. So just let those dashes serve as a reminder of all those level 1s. Now, let's look at this real quick. Jana's getting 5 points on all of her level 1s. She's getting 5 points on all of my level 1s. She's getting 5 points on all of Amy's level 1s. How much are those points worth? $3 a piece. Let that sink in real quick. And for a lot of people, when you draw it out like this and they see it kind of simplified, I mean, let's be honest, this chart isn't very exciting on the pay points. But when they see this, you can literally watch people go, whoa, because it's like the light bulb just goes off. Okay, so I haven't seen her on this call. Amy, tell me some of your level 2s, or I can make up names, but tell me some of your level 2s.
Julie McNeely's a level 2.
Thank you. I know she's under Stacy. I'm putting her under Amber. Give me another one.
Oh man, my mind went blank.
We'll just put names down. It doesn't matter. Lexi's going to be her level 2.
Jeannie's
And
a level 2,
and Pamela's going to be hers. Okay, now here's where it starts to change just a little bit. These are Jana's level 4s. Okay, so look back at your chart. How many points does she get for her level 4s? Well done, Janelle. She gets 4 points for her level 4s. Now keep in mind, Amber Sheffield has a lot more level 1s than just that. So you're going to do the dashes again, okay? We're going to put, Tarl's going to be Julie's level 1. Well done, Tarl. And Alec will be his level 1. And we'll put the POTUS as his level 1. You guys like that? There we go. Donald Trump just joined our team. Now, here's what I want you to do, that when you're explaining this to your folks, okay, to your people, I want you to keep writing those dashes. If they start seeing something just going straight down, I promise you it's not as effective. I don't know why. Please don't ask me why. There's something in the brain that makes it more effective when you say, and it's going to sound really repetitive, and that's okay. But when you come right out and say, remember, Julie's got a lot more level 1s than just Tarl. And you do those dashes. And Tarl's got a lot more level 1s than just Alec. And you do those dashes. Okay? So, Tarl is Jana's level 5. How many points does she get for a level 5? Man, Janelle, you're on top of it, baby. 3 points for that level 5. Alec is Jana's level 6. How many points for level 6? 2. 2 points for level 6. And the President of the United States is Jana's level 7. She gets 1 point for her level 7s. And I want I'm not doing this for sake of time. But I want you guys to just keep reminding them as you're going through this. Don't forget, this is one tiny portion of Jana's team. Okay? Don't forget that. There's all these other things branching out here as well. You guys, I've explained the compensation plan, particularly the pay points, in a few different ways. In my personal opinion, this is the best visual way to explain it. I told you it doesn't look pretty. It looks like a mess. And you should see how many of these I find laying all over my house. But draw it out for them. And if you have to have this chart sitting right next to you to remind you how many points they get for what level, that's okay. You're talking to your friends. You're talking to your family. So don't get frazzled if you can't remember something. Okay? Moving right along. Boxes number 8, 9, and 10 are our emerald, sapphire, and diamond pool. So an easy way, this can get a little hairy, a little complicated, but Plexus takes everything that they make in a month and they put 50% of it back into the company. They have corporate employees to pay, they have bills to pay, all of that. They take 50% of it and they give it to us in our compensation plan. 5% of that 5% of it is set aside for the jewel pools, the emerald, sapphire, and diamond pools. 3% of that, I know this is so confusing sounding, 3% of that gets split between all of the emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds. Okay, does that make sense? Head nod if that makes sense a little bit. Another percentage of that gets split between the sapphires and diamonds, and another 1% of that gets split between all the diamonds. If that doesn't make sense to you, that's okay. I didn't completely understand that until I went emerald. Just keeping it real. The last one is the Lexus program, and there's a change to our Lexus program. Once you go, this is actually a little bit of an old chart. Once you go emerald, you will start receiving a stipend. You go to the Lexus dealership, you have 4 cars that you can pick from. You pick one of those cars, you turn in your paperwork to Plexus. The car is 100% in your name, and they start sending you a stipend every month between $500 and $750, depending on the car that you chose. Once you go diamond, there are 4 different cars to choose from. You go through the same process and you start receiving a stipend. I believe it's between $1,000 up to, I think it's up to $1,250 or $1,350 now, depending on the car that you choose. The change to that program, there is now, you can opt out for what's called a lifestyle bonus. You don't go get the Lexus. Instead, you choose the lifestyle bonus, and it's a 70% of what the Lexus payout would be. And you can spend that however you want. If you want to go get a pickup truck, if you want to go get an SUV, if you want to go get a, I don't know, a new dog. It doesn't matter. You spend it however you want to spend it. It's your lifestyle bonus. I want to officially end the call right now in a word of prayer. Kylie, would you mind unmuting and praying for us? And let's just close out in prayer. And then if anyone has any questions, I'll stick around and we can talk. I love talking about the comp plan. It's important to know how you get paid, and it's important to be able to tell people how you get paid so they know how they'll get paid. But I want to go ahead and officially end the call. Those of you that have questions, stick around and we'll try to get to all of them. Thanks, Kylie.
Okay, let's pray. Dear Lord, God, I thank you so much for today and for this team, Lord. I thank you for Amber and her leadership and Amy's leadership on our team. They're just so inspiring, and I'm so grateful for them. God, I just pray over everybody on this call, Lord, and everybody on our teams that you would just empower us with boldness and with perspective and the right mindset to be there for people and to know that we are in this to help people. Pray that we will always keep that at the forefront of our minds, Lord. Pray that you'd bless our businesses, help them to flourish, Lord. Bring just the right people to our teams, God. I thank you for this company and for these amazing changes that are just only going to be so much better and better as time goes on. God, I just thank you. We're so grateful, and I just pray over our evenings that you'd keep us all safe. And Lord, we lift Jana up to you. She's on my heart, and I just pray that you will just wrap your arms around her tonight and help her to feel your love. We love you. It's in your name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Kylie. All right, I am going to go ahead and stop the recording.